So I've been putting this off for a long time. It's gonna be a hard video to make. I've been putting this off for a while. And now that my surgery is next week and I'm finally breaking free from the hotel, I can finally share some insight. So buckle up because it's gonna be a long ride. So basically, you guys have seen on my Snapchat and everything about like I'd post out, like, for example, like the oatmeal and everything. And like they'd make the oatmeal that morning, like at 7 a.m. Leave it sitting out in the hot kitchen until the overnight person makes it at 2 a.m. Basically, all they do is pour it in the metal container, just pour it in there. And they pour it in the metal container, put it in hot water, and let it heat up, and that's it. Oh, I forgot to mention, the hotel I worked at, it was Hyatt Place in Duluth. So yes, I don't really share stuff like that, but I thought I would share my side of the story. So yes, the place was called Hyatt Place in Duluth. At first, everything was great. We had a great team. Then the owner of the hotel wanted to sell the hotel because it was just too much for him. So he sold it, and he sold it to some family. I've been told that the way I'm saying things, the way I call people is discrimination, but this is the way I'm gonna call them so I don't give out their identity. I'm not trying to be discriminatory or anything, but this is the way I call these people because I'm not gonna, how do I explain this? I'm not gonna use their names. Now, some of y'all that are probably staying at that hotel know who I'm talking about. And okay, awesome, but I'm using Disney names. So as I call them, the Aladdins. And then the other guy is Stitch. So basically, and if you guys want to yell at me in the comments or whatever about the names I'm using, I don't even care at this point. Go for it. But from what they're doing to us, the employees and the guests, it's not right. And I will say whatever I want to say. Well, it's my video, but I will say whatever I want to say because I'm also not going to give out their identity. So, anyways, so I graduated in June, beginning of June. I left June 4th, and that's actually the day that they took over. So they took over June 4th. When I came back, they had already been taken over for a week. And everything seemed fine. I mean, when I left, my general manager left, I left my general manager. And then on top of that, my AGM left, but she actually left first. But then my AGM left in May, and then my general manager left like when I was gone in Florida for graduation. So she left, and then when I came back, one of my coworkers had left. So then it was only the few that have already been there. We got a new manager, a new general manager, who I call her no personality because that's just how she is to me. And she's always on her phone. She's always trying to I asked her for help. I would ask her for help, and she wouldn't help me, or instead of showing me, she would do it, and that's not how you learn. Sorry if the noise is whatever. It's raining outside, but anyways, I would ask her for help, and she would just do it, or she would do it and then not tell me how she did it, and that's not how I learn. I learn by visualizing, by like actually seeing or actually doing. So there's that. And then everything was just it was a mess. We had someone in housekeeping who was ruling the show is one way I can say it. She was ruling the show, and like, I guess she was saying one thing to people, but then on the other side, she was also all high and mighty with the owners and Stitch. So, I mean, yeah. Alright, so fast forward to like middle of the month of June when they just took over and everything. So we had, like I said, we had an amazing group of employees. They just amazing. I'm not going to give out too much information about my employees for their own privacy, but we had an amazing kitchen lady who was there, and she was harassed by one of the one of the owners. She was harassed, and then she just didn't show back up, which I don't blame her, because you don't get nose to nose with someone and start screaming at them for no reason. Yeah, and let's see what else. I was working on overnight. I started on overnight back in November, when I got back from my Thanksgiving trip. So I started overnight when I got back. At first it was like 5 days a week because I had to fill in for the current overnight guy at the time. I had to fill in for him because he was out sick. So I filled in for him until he got back. And then he went on to part-time, so then I worked, I want to say like 4 days a week, something like that, 3-4 days a week on overnight. One of my friends, a really good friend, she works in housekeeping. She said something along the lines of, and it wasn't even her, I heard it from other people too, and I had my own suspicions, but they took me off overnight, just randomly. They just took me off overnight because they didn't want to pay me the extra $1.03. Yeah, so, and then they didn't want to pay me that extra $1.03. I'm like, okay, and then the way the hotel was, it was getting progressively worse. First, it started out with me getting 1 day a week. And then one of my friends, she was on 2 days a week. And everyone is full-time. And they're giving us one day a week or 2 days a week or whatever. Sorry. Anyways, so they don't fire you. They take you off the schedule so much where you're forced to quit. They don't fire you because they don't want to pay they don't want to pay you unemployment. So at first, when they took over, I know I'm all over the place, I'm sorry. At first, when they took over, they had they started bringing in their own people. They took away our insurance, which is okay, whatever, fine. Okay. They took away our insurance, all of it, like health insurance and everything else. They brought in their own people. And by own people, I mean undocumented people. These people would be staying at the hotel. I think there's probably, I don't even know, over 10 rooms that are out of order that the undocumented people are staying in. Now, I don't know everyone's name because I just call them hey you, so I mean, I don't know. But anyways, so there's multiple people that are undocumented. They put them on the schedule for 7 days a week and 6 or 7 days a week. I honestly feel bad for them. See, if you do something to me, then to give me a reason not to like you, then I won't like you. But unless you give me a reason to not like you, then I don't have a problem with you. So basically, at first it started out with one person. And then it went on to more. I'm sorry. Anyways, then it went on to more people. So that's when my hours started getting cut. They started getting cut from 4 days a week or 5 days a week to 4 to 3 to 1. So when I ask if I can work more hours, they make up excuses. Like, oh, well, I'll have to see the schedule, and then they never get back to you. There are some people there that aren't very nice. I'm gonna say 2 of the owners that I've talked to are nice. So yes, I'm not gonna give out names. I know their names, but I'm not gonna give out names for safety reasons and everything else. So there's that. A lot of people, I'm just gonna talk about what's going on at the front desk because it's not my place to talk about housekeeping. So this is what I've experienced at the front desk. But anyways, so where else was I? They took me off overnight, and because they didn't want to pay me the extra $1.03. And I have, as y'all know from my previous video, I'm gonna be getting abdominal surgery, and I also have arthritis in my spine along with the slip disc and sciatica throughout my leg, and if I stand too long, I collapse because that's just how, I don't know, my body's all messed up and I'm only 22. But anyways, so I have to sit down, and I sit down and I get yelled at. This is like more recently now, like in July. So, as y'all know, I got into a car accident, and I've been Ubering to work. The general manager, the new one, will change the schedule like every 5 minutes. There's a group chat, and she posted in there. So, yeah, so she'll post it in there. And yeah, so I would have to Uber to work, and it's like $30 that I don't have. And when I say don't have, I mean don't have because I'll be working like 1 to 2 days. So I don't have it. And on top of that, yeah, so anyways, so I'll be Ubering to work, and then I won't even be on schedule because the schedule's so confusing. She sends like 5 schedules out. And when you call her and ask, she just seems very annoyed with you. She just doesn't seem like she cares. But But hey, I'll give you a little secret. So I was on Indeed, just searching around, and this was like a couple days ago, and I did see, I don't know if they took it down now, but I did see that they were hiring for a general manager, so I guess she's getting replaced, but I don't know. Anyways, so let's go fast forward to like a couple weeks before I got fired. Well, I say fired, but I'll get into that later. So before I got fired, I guess, I sit down, like I said, I sit down because I have stuff going on abdominally, as I've mentioned in my last video. And so I sit down, and they don't like that, apparently. When you're at the front, when you work front desk, you cannot just be at the front desk. You have to, like, for example, especially morning shift, you have to go help out. And I say help out because what they want you to do is they want you to stand at the front desk the whole time and just stand there and check people out. That is not how it works. You have to go check on the coffee. Yeah, you're not cooking the food or whatever, but you have to go check on the coffee, for example. If someone needs something, like in the breakfast area, or let's say that there's a fire in the toaster because there's a big-ass toaster that I think I've shown y'all before in my stories, whatever. But there's a big-ass toaster, and sometimes fire catches in there. And you have to go check it, and it's busy, and you're the only one there. And if you're running around, you have to go talk to housekeeping about rooms staying over because the walkie-talkies are broken and stupid and whatever. Or you have to call the housekeeping manager on the phone to tell them something. And they don't like that. The manager owner they don't like that. I had to go to the bathroom, like, when it's girls that time of the month. They got to go to the bathroom and whatever. I'm not getting into it. So I was going to the bathroom. I put the sign out saying, I'll be right back, hey, get out the trash, I'll be right back, whatever. Wasn't even gone 5 minutes. And I come back to Stitch screaming at me, saying I should not be leaving the front desk, blah, blah, blah. I need to stay at the front desk. And then Stitch went into the office. When Stitch came back, I said, I actually had to explain what a menstrual cycle was. I shouldn't have to do that. A woman should be able to go to the bathroom and take care of her needs. A human should be able to go to the bathroom on the clock. It's not that big of a deal. It's going to the bathroom. I mean, unless you want to end up in the hospital for UTI, go for it. But you're not going to tell me if I can go to the bathroom or not. Not going to happen. So, anyways, I don't remember if this was before that or after that, and then I was going to be working a turnaround, and I don't have a car. So I was going to be working 2 to 10, and then have to come back the next day at 6 to 2. I asked Stitch if I could work, if I could stay at the hotel, not even for 8 hours. Like, it's not even for 8 hours, probably like 5 hours till my shift. He said, well, we're trying to steer away from that. We're not trying to, what did he say? What was the words he used? We're not trying to enforce that behavior at our hotel. And I wanted to say, so you can't let me stay here for not even 8 hours, so not even 7 hours, but you'll let a whole bunch of undocumented people stay at the hotel for free? You'll let them cook food in the back for free? You'll let them eat your food for free? I'm just saying. So, anyways, I didn't say that to him, but I was thinking that. Then I come down and I come out of the bathroom. This is like back to the story, yeah. So I come out of the bathroom and I just see the cops coming in, and I see a room coming to the front desk, and they want to move because apparently our hotel is crap. It has not been upgraded in like 10 years. It's crap. So the roof leaks. So they were sleeping in a room with water leaking on them, and they wanted to move, and Stitch just started screaming at them. saying no, no, no. And then when they were upstairs, after he kicked him out, they were upstairs getting their stuff together. He said, I want to get them for trespassing. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, and I went to go see if they needed anything. Of course, I was the only one at the desk, but he's there too. He can't even sit there and answer the phone. Like, and oh yeah, that's another thing. I will be, like, let's say I'm in the back office, like, just getting something out of my bag or whatever. The manager is at the front desk and she can't even answer the phone. It doesn't matter if who the hell you are, but you can't answer the phone. And then Stitch can't answer the phone either. He's too busy on his computer screaming at other guests. And if you stay there, they will most likely take money off your card and not give it back, because that's happened multiple times. They don't like doing refunds, so there you go. I have a friend there they're giving her the runaround. They've been doing it for a long time, and they're giving her the runaround about giving money back to her when it's owed to her. So, like I said, I'm not giving out names because that's just safety. And I don't want to disrupt their privacy, I guess. But they don't do refunds. They don't do refunds. So yeah. I just, yeah. How do I explain this? It's been hell. It's been hell. It's just been hell. I can't bend down right now because, like I said, I don't want to bend down and then my soccer ball, I'm sorry, it cut out. But so I can't bend down right now because I don't want to mess something up in my stomach. So I've been giving people water from the front, and they have signs all over the place saying that they have to pay for it, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, I understand that. But do you want them to come behind the counter and grab the water? I'm not understanding. So then I got yelled at for that. I think I've told someone this before. But this job was like a toxic relationship. It really was. So to conclude, they said that I'm on call because the manager said on call because her and the front desk supervisor said that apparently there's stuff going on where the owners aren't happy with me or whatever. And I say not happy with me because I'm sitting down at the bar and texting my dad to see when he's picking me up. And I'm also texting the housekeeping manager to let her know about some rooms. But yet I can't sit down because of what? I have a doctor's note and I can't sit down. I don't understand. Please explain that to me. So I'm on call. So in case someone needs something, they call me. And I said, how am I supposed to come in? How am I supposed to come in? I don't have a car. And she said, we'll let you know in advance. But then the new schedule just came out and everyone is working 5, 6, 7 days a week. So, yeah, whatever. My surgery is next week and I'm focusing on my surgery. My mental health is very important right now, so I'm focusing on that too. But I really did want to give you guys an update on the hotel, and because it's been long overdue. But yes, this is the update on the hotel since the new owners have taken over. So please let me know if y'all have any questions, and hope y'all have a great day. Bye.